Hello everybody, I'm Invisible Thief and welcome to episode 11 on my Let's Play on Terraria Journey's End. In the last episode, I ended up facing off a blood moon and tried fishing in the blood moon to try and get a summon weapon, which I was sadly unable to get, but I was able to continue my way down the mine into the underworld and was able to get myself a demon scythe, which is a very, very powerful and rare magic weapon. So I was quite surprised when I actually got it because of how rare it is. But in this episode, I'm going to be going over to the left corruption, all the way at the left side of my world, to try and face off against the EATER of Worlds. And if you haven't seen the EATER of Worlds, it's basically a giant worm with a whole bunch of different segments, and if you defeat one segment, then it'll split off. So if you defeat a segment near the middle, then it'll split off into two EATER of Worlds, which can mean that if you aren't careful, you can be quickly overrun, which means that I'm going to have to be a bit careful. But because I ended up getting the Demon Scythe, I should be able to beat it, because the Demon Scythe projectiles will pierce through the enemy, so it'll be able to deal damage to a whole load of projectiles against the boss, which should make it so it's a lot easier to defeat. But I can't see that, or I don't know until I try. So I'm gonna grab a few buffs and some better healing potions, because that should be able to help me defeat the boss. And I'm going to first teleport over there to the other ocean, because I need to blow up a big area to make sure that I have a good arena to be able to actually fight the boss. Because if I don't have a big enough arena, then I will end up being stuck and surrounded, and it will just completely defeat me. So first things first, I need to get a good area for the arena. This place here actually doesn't seem that bad. I'm gonna zoom out just a bit, so then I have a better view of the area that I'm going to be fighting it in. So then I know just how, oh, that went down, just how much of an area I'm actually gonna get out of this. And there's a good test against the enemies with the Demon Scythe. This area seems pretty good, but I'm gonna keep blowing up the area up top to make sure that I have a big area to be able to defeat the boss. Because if it's not big enough, then it'll end up in my defeat. I don't actually have to face the boss underground. I just am, because that's where it's much easier to be able to summon it in and then fight it right then, instead of needing to go up. But this should be a big enough area. Just a few more explosions should do it. I might want to expand it over to the right a little bit, just to make sure that I have more than enough space. And I did buy 99 pieces of TNT, so I might as well use some of it, because I spent quite a bit of money on that, and I want to get my money's worth to make sure that I have the biggest chance of defeating this boss. You can see how much area this is to be able to actually fight the boss. I'm just gonna blow up a bit down to drain some of the water, and also make sure that I have even more room to be able to fight off against the boss, because if I don't have enough room, then it'll just end up defeating me. Can I mine this? Yeah, but it takes a while, so I'm just gonna blow it up, because that is a lot easier. Oh, there's a corrupt goldfish down there. Hello. Okay, so based on the attempts that I had with the recording that ended up getting all broken I know that the boss has drastically increased defense from before, which should make it a much harder boss fight than it was before. But I should hopefully still be able to defeat it with my Demon Scythe. So, now that I have this very large area, much bigger than I would normally have in a Eater of Worlds boss fight arena, now I'm going to make a couple platforms so then I can easily move around in the arena. So where would be a good place for the platforms? Around just above this demon altar here. There's quite a few what are they called? Eater of Souls around, but that should be fine. I think they had auto place on. Yeah, here. Around that level should be good, so I have plenty of room above and below me. So then I'll be able to take out the Eater of Worlds, no problem. There is, of course, a chance that I will not be able to defeat it, but I'm hoping that since I have rather good accessories and armor, armor. I have good armor, especially for magic. I should be able to defeat the boss with no problem at all. Though I suspect, because it is Master Mode, I may encounter a bit of a problem when facing off the boss, especially with my health, but I do have full health, 400 health, which should make it a lot easier than when I did it in the, I'm gonna call them practice rounds, even though it wasn't really a practice round. I was actually trying to defeat it, but you didn't see them because they got broken. So I'm gonna blow up these shadow orbs here. There you go. Horrible chill goes down your spine. How much more until it summons in? Screams echo around you. Okay, so the next orb that I break will actually summon in the boss. Let me make sure that the bit under here is all nice and lit up. So then I can see the boss as it's coming. I might wanna throw one more TNT down there just to make sure that I have a bit more room below me. Just to make sure that if the boss does come up below me, I'll have the best chance to be able to defeat it, so then it doesn't end up defeating me. Alright, so I just need one more shadow orb, and here one is right here. So, I'm gonna toss 1, 2, 3 TNT, and then quickly run back to my arena. And let's see if I'll be able to do it. Here it goes. Here is the Eater of Worlds. It's shooting some sort of thing at me. And yes, this is working wonders. It is doing a lot of damage against the boss. So I can just stand here and just launch these that way. Sadly, they do not have infinite pierce. Okay, yeah. I've split pretty much directly down the middle. Well, maybe not. Is it longer? I think it might be longer in Master Mode than in Expert Mode. I believe, based on just how it looks. But there's a lot of segments, but this is doing so good against it. Okay, I've ran out of mana, which is not good. Let me try and grab these mana stars on the ground here, so then I can get my mana back. And it is so many segments. But this Demon Scythe, as I suspected, is working very, very well against the boss. Even though it's, well, even with the boss's increased defense, which means that even though there are a ton of little Eater of Worlds, as you can see on the minimap, they should pose little threat against the Demon Scythe. And I know I haven't actually defeated it yet, but I think it's safe to say that I have beaten this boss. This Demon Scythe, I'm so glad I got it, because I would have had to use the Vile Thorn otherwise, and while it still would have worked, it may not have worked as well. I did want to try the Snap Thorn, which, actually, that wouldn't have done that good against the boss. But, there we go, and with that, the Eater of Worlds has been defeated. So, that wasn't that bad of a boss fight. I liked that it was longer and had more defense. It made it a bit more challenging. Though I guess I didn't really have the best experience because, or the intended difficulty that it was, because I ended up having more powerful things. But that is completely fine. I am fine with that. I'm going to try and fight it again because it didn't drop a special drop that it can drop. special drop that it can drop. And I really want that drop, because I didn't get it from the Eye of Cthulhu yet. I'm still planning on getting that eventually. But for now, I'm going to try and blow up these shadow orbs to make sure that to have another battle against the boss. So I threw a lot more than I actually needed to then. But these two here should be able to finish it off. So let me throw those and then quickly run back to my arena as fast as I can. And it is coming from the right, as you can see, straight at me. So let me use a whole load of these, what are they called? Demon scythes. Try and take out the boss. I'm gonna zoom in for this boss, even though it's a bit more dangerous. But I think with my demon scythe, I should be able to do it. If I end up having way too much trouble, then I will zoom out. But I don't think that'll happen. Though I suppose there is a chance. Sadly, these demon scythes don't have infinite pierce, because that would have made it even easier. But I suppose I shouldn't really complain, because it is still able to take out this boss with no problem at all. As you can see, the boss is just falling into a whole load of pieces, and I'm able to defeat it just head on, just being able to defeat it just like that. And it is so easy. So, how's your day been? My day's been great. I got a demon scythe the other day. Very useful against defeating this boss. And look at that. There's just one little segment. Well, one small, maybe not little, but small segment. I don't know. Small's smaller than little. But this boss is kind of struggling to jump up to where I am, which is a use of the higher arena, which means that I should be able to, if it stops running away, I should be able to take it out just like that. And again, it didn't drop the item that I wanted, which is really a shame. But there are still plenty more shadow orbs to have another chance at getting the item. And here is battle number 3. Even though I fought it before this, I'm counting this as battle number 3 because it's going to be the third battle which I win, which I should hopefully get the item. I probably should have looked up what the items actually looks like, but I can do that later, I suppose, after this battle's done, or after I get the item. I'm not sure if there's enough shadow orbs to fight it again. I think there might be. There's a lot of shadow orbs in this, so I might be able to just have enough shadow orbs in this area to fight it one more time after this, which I will do if it doesn't drop the item which I want. I have so much Demonite and Shadow Scales. I'll be able to make whatever I want out of these, which I'm not sure actually what I'll want to make, because I already made the Knight's Edge and Terrorblade in my previous series, though I guess it wouldn't hurt to start making it in this series, especially since it might be a material for that Zenith weapon, which I do want to make after I end up, at the very end of the series, after I beat Moonlord, because it does use Moonlord drops. And nope, did not seem to drop the item, sadly. So I'm gonna quickly grab up all of this Shadow Scale and all of the Demonite and all of the little bits and bobs that I need to be able to craft any sort of stuff that I want out of this. So there's stop. Devourer. I killed the Devourer of Worlds, so you're not really a threat. Okay, so yeah, there's still 3 more. Stop, Devourer. Yeah, 2 more down here, and there's probably more over to the right. So I'm gonna toss about 4 dynamite. Oh wait, that was on a demon altar, so that didn't go down at all. So I'm gonna toss 3 more dynamite down there. Toss 4 dynamite down here, and hopefully, oh, that blew up that Eater of Souls really easily. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's another one over to this side. So I might be able to get one at the other side. If not, then I'll have to just make a summon for the boss later on to be able to actually defeat it. Or get the new item. But it shouldn't be that big of a problem considering how easy it has been to defeat it now. With my current stuff, means that it can only get easier. And here's the boss once again. This is attempt, what is it, number 4 against the boss. Well, it is round number 10 because I've attempted and succeeded in beating this boss. So this boss, I can safely say I've completely defeated. It is not a problem at all. I have 10 minutes of weak on my character. Oh, a meteorite has landed. That is very good because I can make meteorite armor, I can make meteorite weapons, and most importantly, I can make meteorite brick. And with meteorite brick, I can make a underground house, which I wanted to make. Which, now that I have meteorite, I should hopefully have enough to make the brick, or enough brick to get the house. So, if I get enough blocks, I might be able to make that the underground house in the next episode. If I get enough of the materials that I need. And there we go. Hopefully it dropped it. Hello? No. Dang it. It did not drop the new item. I wonder what the item is. Because I don't think there's enough shadow orbs to actually be able to fight it again. So, let me look at the bestiary and see what the item actually is. It is... Ah, there's an enemy. Writhing Remains. Summons the Eater of Worms. It'll give you worms. Master. This is a master mode drop rate. So, summons the Eater of Worms. That's probably another pet. It seems like all of these are pets. Summons this fish's eye. Though, it could not be. It could just seem like a pet. If it's a pet, then I don't really care that it's a pet because I still want it anyway. Because if it's a new pet, then it's still a new thing. And I'd still want it. So, let me quickly put some of this stuff away in chest. There we go. Now that pretty much all of the stuff is put away in the chest that I want to, I can sell the rest because I do not actually need it. And I ended up getting 7, actually I can sell 3 of these relics. And I ended up getting 78 gold out of that. So now I have a platinum coin, which is very good. And I can put that with the rest. So, now that I've done that, I'm gonna look at what I can make out of shadow, or out of demonite bars. And see also what I can make out of, where are they? Shadow scale. See if there's anything I actually want to make out of it, because I'm not sure. This looks like armor, breaker. Doesn't seem like there's, but that's Skeletron. Okay, I do want to make the void bag, but that's later on. I could make the shadow armor, but I already have very good armor, and it's magic, which is what I'm currently using. So, now, the meteorite could be anywhere in the world, but I think it might be better if I search outwards in, because I think it's normally at the, closer to the sides of the world, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to zoom out to try and get the best view, because it could end up like spawning in a hole or something. So I want to make sure that I have the best chances of seeing it, because I really want to make sure that I get... Oh! There's a fairy. Hold on. Hello? What is it, fairy? What? Oh, I actually caught it. Hey, listen. Fairy. I actually got a fairy. Oh. Huh. I wasn't sure if you could catch the fairy. Here's my dungeon. I'll be coming for you at some point, but I'll still have to beat the Queen Bee. Actually, is there any other boss between now and Skeletron besides just the Queen Bee? See, I beat Eye of Cthulhu, I beat the King Slime, I beat the Eater of Worlds. It's just the Queen Bee next. Oh, that is good. Now I have a green fairy, which will do something. Apparently it will lead me to treasure, that's what the guide said. So I wonder if I can craft it into some sort of thing that'll point me in the direction of treasure, so then I don't have to just try and hope that I find a fairy, so then I can just find it on my own. Not sure. I hope that's the case, because otherwise I'll just need to like let go of the fairy and hope that I'm able to capture it again before, I don't know, it leaves. So then I can find the treasure. That week that the boss put on lasts for ages. There's still 4 minutes worth of weakness on my character, which decreases the damage that I do, I think, or makes it so I take more damage. Physical abilities are decreased. It could be both. I have 23 armor now. I wonder if that would change, but that 4 minutes is a long time. I know meteorites are able to fall and spawn down these tunnels, so that's something that if I don't find it on the surface, then I might have to start searching down these, because it could have fallen down them, but that's not very likely. Okay, since I was unable to find it on the right side of the world, then it's probably on the left side. So, if I just run all the way over here, I'm gonna see what the fairy can make after I get back. After I get back, then I'll see what the fairy makes. These boots are very useful, the lightning boots. It makes it so going around the place is so easy, especially with the bundle of balloons, which I was so glad I was able to get, because before I had thought that I was going to be unable to get it, because I didn't think that I had a sandstorm in a bottle in my world, but it turns out that I had, because I had 2 separate desert temples, so that allowed me to be able to get the sandstorm in a bottle, which was very useful. Very useful, because it is a useful item. I'm gathering some of these sky blue flowers and blueberries, because I wonder if they'll make a dye trader move in, because I don't actually have one, and I haven't found any strange plants, which is what I think you might actually need to find. But I'm grabbing these nonetheless, because it could still count, though considering one hasn't moved in, and I have picked up a few of these in the past, I'm not that sure. But if one does move in, then that will be quite nice, because I can give them strange plants, and they'll give me cool looking dyes, which I can put on my armor and equipment. And there it is, Dye Trader. Bat Noam. The Dye Trader has arrived. That's probably not how you pronounce that, but that's how I ended up pronouncing it. I have not seen the meteorite yet. Has it fallen in the desert? It's a bit annoying when meteorites fall in the desert, because then you have to go digging in the sand, which can be very annoying, because all the sand will fall down. But I haven't seen a meteorite, which probably means that it has either landed in the ocean, which is unlikely, or it's landed in one of the corruption pits. But since I am back home, I'm gonna say hi to the new Dye Trader. I bring you the richest colors in exchange for your riches. Oh no, the forest does not inspire me. Don't like. Okay, negative dye, shadow dye, dye vat, brown dye, silver dye, whole loads of dyes. So the dye vat, I can use blueberries and sky flowers to make blue dye and sky blue dye. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that yet. I don't know why I looked in my piggy bank. So I'm going to have to start looking down the tunnels here to make sure to check if there is a meteorite. Anyway, where does the dye trader like to live? In the desert. Oh, so that's the same place with the dye trader. Okay, or the arms dealer. I mean. So, Colin, what can I make green fairies into? Green fairy jar. Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, I was hoping for a bit more. So, okay, fairy. Hello. So is there gold? Does that mean there is gold in this direction or somewhere else? Oh, right. Because I have a whole load of chests here. Oh, no, wait. Oh, well. I suppose that was a waste of a fairy. Because it just went to one of the chests that I had placed down. Okay, well, now I know better than to do that. So if I see a fairy again, I'll have to pick them up. I hope... Can the meteorites fall onto Sky Islands? That would not be good if they can fall onto Sky Islands. Oh, that blue slime has a gold coin. Give me that. Give me that. There we go. Very nice. The only annoying thing about the Demon Scythe is that it takes a while before it actually starts going. Which can be... What did I do? What did I do? What's that? What did I do? What is it? Help. 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 What is that? Solid tiles, missed walls. Okay, hold on. I did... What? Okay, hold on. Let me try and relog to try and get rid of that thing on screen. Let me just try and do that real quick. Nope, it's still here. Okay, hold on. How do I get rid of it? How did I make it appear in the first place? How do I do that? Help, 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 help. Okay, apparently the button to get rid of it was F11, which is very odd because I did not press F11. My finger was nowhere near F11. So something is making... It seems like something's making my computer just stop or just press one of the buttons. Because I was trying... Because I did not press F7 to make that appear. And just like that other time when I did not press F11 to make that thing, to make the whole HUD disappear. Which I have no clue why that happened. I wish I knew, but I did not. I don't know why. I don't know why that happened. If I knew, then I would say, but I did not know because it's very odd. Anyway, I should probably zoom out here while searching for the meteorite just to make sure that I do not miss it. Because if I missed it, then that would not be good. Though this might take a while because I don't know where in the world it fell. So I might want to just try and I'm just gonna keep looking, and I'll let you know if I find anything. Alright, and after not that long of searching, I was able to find the meteorite. It did end up falling down one of these little pits as I suspected, and there is a meteor head waiting to greet me. So it ended up falling down this pit right next to the pit that I ended up going down to get to my arena. So, because if you step on this, it will burn you and deal quite a lot of damage. The best tactic to actually gather it up is to just throw a whole load of explosives and... Oh. Alright then. Forget that strategy, because now you are no longer able to use it, because it is now explosion proof. Oh, that is not good. Well, I mean, it's good because for balancing reasons, but it's not good because now you actually have to worry about like, mining it up, because you can't just use explosives on it, which was the main tactic of mining up meteorite before. But now you actually have to go in and mine every little piece yourself without the aid of explosives. Which, like I said, is good for balancing, because it means you can't just go and start up the game and then immediately break a shadow orb and then get yourself meteorite armor and meteorite weapons with just the help of a few simple explosives, which you can easily get. But it does mean that, well, one, it's a bit longer to mine up, but also that I have to be worried about the burning, because the burning does a whole load of damage. So I am glad that I have this really strong really good grappling hook, because that allows me to just grapple along and not need to worry as much, because now I can just not burn my toes, because my toes are very, very burnable. If I had an obsidian, an obsidian skull, that would have been good. But I sadly have not gathered up any obsidian, which means that I'm unable to make that, because the obsidian skull makes it so you're immune to fire blocks, which would have been very useful at this moment, because it would have prevented that from happening. But that requires obsidian, which I have not actually gathered any of. I should probably do that and also get a bit more hellstone, but that will come later. Okay, I was able to get 106 pieces, which should be a good amount. Oh, see, the zoologist Haley turned into a fox. Raru, danger, me, wrath. Very good. Oh, mollusk whistle. Summons a rideable flamingo mount. Yes. Dog license. Used to let a dog arrive in town. Yes, I'll grab that too. The license teleports away to the dog delivery service and a mollusk whistle. Yes. This is great. I get it's just a flamingo. It's great. Flamingo go go. It's a flamingo and it's just a flamingo. This is great. You can ride a flamingo. That's great. I'm not sure if it beats the slime mount, being able to go down really fast. But I mean, does it have anything special? I don't know. Let me try taking off the water walking boots. Yeah, it actually can. It can swim. That is actually quite good. It can dive down too. So if you wanted to, you can dive down using your flamingo mount and hop back to the surface. And actually, it can give you quite a big jump if you go down and then hold up, and then you can. I mean, it did it one time. Yep. Seems you need a bit of a run up, but that is actually quite cool. I'm gonna keep that on me, just because. Actually, I'm gonna keep the slime mount on me, but a flamingo mount. That is very nice. Anyway, let me smelt up this meteorite, so then I'll be able to get a meteorite bar, so then I can see what it actually makes. Colin, what can I use meteorite bars for? Phase sabers, yep, are material for something. I could get a white phase saber, because it's made out of diamonds. Meteor hammocks, which is quite a good axe, and it's a hammer, which I don't have any of. Meteor shower, that's later. Space gun, that is now. So let's see, 20, 20, and 15. Okay, that is 55, I believe, of meteorite. So let me smelt it all up, and I do not have that much. So I'm gonna get the space gun. I do want the meteorite armor at some point. 5, 6, and 6. 5, 6, and 5, because it's a bit better for the space gun. But I'm gonna make the ham axe, because I need a hammer. and an axe. A better axe, then I can chop down trees a little bit faster. And let me see here. I have just enough to make myself my very own phase saber. So since I have a whole load of diamonds, I'm going to make a white phase saber, which looks very nice. And if you listen to the sound effect, it's very much a Star Wars reference. So I can make that into white phase saber, which is a little bit more powerful than the phase blade, turns into a phase saber, out of crystal shards, which is hard mode. So I can't use that now, but I can make it later. So I am also going to be making quite a bit of meteorite bricks to make the thing, which I'm going to make in the next episode, actually. So in the next episode, I'm going to go find a suitable place underground and start building a underground house, which I'm gonna say what it is in that episode. So you're just gonna have to guess as to what it is before then, because I'm not going to tell you. I'm trying to grapple at the middle. It's not working. There we go. But this is all I have time for in this episode. So thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode. 3, 2, 1.